Good evening to all of you, and thank you for joining us on 13 Plus. I'm Mary Coleman. Hope you're having a great week so far. In this week's 13 Crime Files, we speak with a family of a young man who was gunned down right next to his friend. The mother is looking for closure and hoping that you might be able to help solve this case. Family describes Rafael Ballesteros, or Junior as his loved ones called him, as a happy, funny, and lovable guy.
When Junior would enter a home, you knew it was him. You knew it was him. He was always making people laugh.
But on November 3rd, 2005, that laugh was silenced. Tucson police say the bodies of Rafael and Roy Angulo were found in a dirt area on West 36th Street. Both had been shot, though no one reported hearing gunshots in the area and no witnesses were identified.
The one that he was found with, he called him one of his best friends. He looked up to him like a big brother, and he loved hanging around with him because he was paraplegic and he needed help. And he was always there for him, always there for him.
But it was a friendship that Rafael's family saw as bad news.
People were after him. Roy was hanging around with some pretty bad people. He ended up in prison, came out, and they started looking for him, from my understanding. We asked and told my son not to hang with him, and he didn't listen. That was his guy.
Tucson police say drugs and or debt related to drug activity are among things that certainly could have been a motive after they dug into Roy's history. Mona says her son was loyal to a fault.
Christina, my daughter, told him not to go. Don't stop hanging around with him. He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen. So it was just a matter of time. And we were hoping that he wouldn't go with him, but he did. He did.
Tucson police investigated some initial leads, but none to this point have risen to the level of naming a suspect. Rafael left behind a 2-year-old, named after him. Now a man Mona says she wishes his father could have watched him grow up. And she says she won't have closure until there are answers.
I wish they would come forward. Do you want to take that with you when you die, knowing what happened? Knowing that you know that, for all I know, it could be your child that did this to my child. Why aren't you coming forward? I don't understand. I don't understand that at all.
If you have any information on that case, you were asked to call 88 Crime. We do want to bring in 13 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Aaron Christensen for a look at our weather right now. Aaron, pretty active evening, I would say, for you all back there.
First Alert Action Day,
Indeed.
definitely. We do still have 3 warnings we want to tell folks about, and chief among them, a dust storm warning. Now, the dust storm warning that was active for central Pima County was allowed to expire, but now our area of concern, a little bit out of our viewing audience, it's for northwest Pinal County, but this obviously a very popular corridor for folks who drive between Tucson and Phoenix, and it does cover a good portion of I-10 near Casa Grande, and the dust storm warning there through about 7:30. That wall of dust just continues to march off to the northwest. It does impact Maricopa, Sackatone, Stanfield, as well as Toltec. It's basically at the I-10, I-8 junction there, and again, if you know anyone who just hopped on I-10, they're headed toward Phoenix, moving in that direction, give them a call, kind of a heads up that they're going to have to probably wait things out a bit as that dust storm warning continues through 7:30. We have reports of visibility less than a quarter mile, by the way, on these stretches of Interstate 8 as well as 10, and wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour. Now, our severe thunderstorm warning does continue through just about 7:15 here for north central Pima County, southwest Pinal, because of wind gusts in excess of 60 miles miles per hour. You can see a tremendous amount of lightning with these storms, but we've also had reports of quarter-sized hail. So if you're in this area of Santa Rosa, as well as the Palo Verde Stand area, Queens Well, Jackrabbit, San Luis, you want to make sure your car's in the carport or garage, if at all possible, to avoid any sort of hail damage. Otherwise, if you're already hearing thunder, it's too late. You have to stay indoors to stay safe with this storm system. That continues through just about 7:15, and probably staying off the road's a good idea in this area as well. Now, the flash flood warning that we also have reports of in and around this area impacting northeast Pima County through just about 8 o'clock. Oh, by the way, there's the track on that storm system. Here are some of the villages on the Tohono O'odham Nation. We're expected to be impact here over the next 10 to 25 minutes. By the way, those storms are moving to the west, fairly quick clip at about 20 miles per hour. Flash flood warning continues through 8 p.m. This is impacting State Route 86 as well as 286 there, just to the west and south of 3 Points. We have had some reports of some flooding right along Silver Bell Road. You can see that warning stretches all the way basically to I-10 west of the Tucson area through 8 o'clock. In particular, we have reports of flooding on Manville Road at Brawley Wash, Camino de Oeste from Sweetwater to Gates Pass, Ironwood Hills Drive from Shannon to Camino de Oeste, and Sunset Road west of Camino de Oeste. So you certainly want to stay off the roads in that area if at all possible. You can see, just for a point of reference there, I've gone ahead and put on Speedway, San Dario, as well as Manville roads. I know this is horrible timing. A lot of folks trying to get home from work perhaps and having to deal with some of those flooded streets, but you definitely want to turn around, take another route. You never want to drive through any standing or flowing water. Blowing dust advisory continues also for western Pima County all the way through 8 o'clock. That is in anticipation of those strong outflow winds kicking up yet more dust as they move to the west, eventually through western Pima County as we head through the course of the night. Mary, if that's not enough, that's all I got for you.
Erin, have a glass of water.
Thanks. Will do.
All right,
Stay
guys.
safe.
Yes, absolutely. And if you want more on your weather and news headlines, be sure to join us for 13 News Live at 10. But for now, we'll leave you with quite a beautiful look from our Mount Bigelow cam. You can see out in the distance there some rain coming down. We hope you're staying safe, and we hope you'll join us.